Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to learn some quick and unique ways to enter data into Microsoft Access. A lot of times you'll be in situations where you need to pull data from other systems or information that is not in a format that's easily put into Microsoft Access, meaning it's not in a text format that you can use, or it may not be in, from Excel or from some other source where you can just easily, save it off to a file and then, input it, and then using the technique that we learned in the previous video, input that file into the database. So it's not always easy to do that. And if you think about the table that we did input, the aircraft reference database, if you look at it, you'll notice that some of the fields in it, like for instance, type aircraft, this is the engine type, the aircraft category, they have numbers in them. Really don't mean anything, looking at it, but each of these numbers represents a type of aircraft. Well, later on we're going to learn about relationships and learn about how to pull this data so that when it is presented, you'll see what type aircraft that is, or what engine type that is, in a format that you'll understand. And so in this case, we did have specifications that came along with the file. And so if you look on a type of aircraft, it is actually right here. So a 1 is a glider, 4 is fixed wing, single engine, and then or fixed wing multi-engine. So we want this information here in a table. So I'm going to show you a couple ways how I do that. And the first thing I'm just going to do, I'm just going to copy this here. And I've opened up a blank notepad sheet, and I'm going to paste it here, just like this. And now I will save it. And we'll just, let's go, yep, we'll save it right here. And we're going to call it aircraft, or we'll just call it AC type for now. And then I'm going to close this. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to Access, and you can close this or leave it open. It really doesn't matter at this point. And I am going to go back to external data, and I want to have a new data source, and it will be from a file, and it's going to be from a text file. So we'll browse for it under Access, and there it is, aircraft type. Now we'll choose OK, and here it is. So this is kind of interesting here because we have a couple of choices. One, we don't have a header, so we'll add the header later on. But you can either choose delimited or fixed width. Well, you remember I spoke about the fixed width last time, and I said it normally it's used when you have things in specific columns of data. So, like for instance, the 1 is one column data. This space will be another column. This here, the hyphen will be another column. This next space will be another column. So everything here is lined up. So we can actually utilize that here. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose fixed width, and we'll choose next. And so now you see what it does. It's gone through here, and it's basically told you where it thinks that the break should be. But if you click on it, you can add another break, because I don't need that space right there. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, I actually don't even care about that, so I'm just leave that way it is, and then we'll have this. data here. So then we're going to choose next. And this first field, we'll just call it, actually we'll call it the same thing that the other table aircraft ref calls it. I think it's T. And I think that is exactly how, yep, that's it. And it's going to be short text. It can't be number, which basically we're going to have to go back and check how we set this up, because now I can't remember if I set that up as text or number. It should have been number because it should have been text, because once again there should be no reason to have to add or subtract of these. Type of engines are kind of differently, because what I can do, you know, I can do numerical calculations on that, because basically this is well, let's see. Nope, because now that I think about it, if we go back and look, so this one should be short text also, because we go back and look at it, and let's see. Yep, that's not the number of engines. That's actually going to be the type of engine it is. So I'll go back and double check with those, because it looks like all of these probably should be text. But we can, I'll go back and check that. So let's come back over here to access. And so then this field here, I don't want to import that, so I'm just do not import. This field here, I don't want to import that. This right here is going to have to be text also, and we are going to name this one type aircraft name. And now I'm going to just choose next. And this can actually, this first one is not going to be a duplicate, because it could actually be the primary key. So we'll go ahead and make that a primary key. And if you forgot, just remember that a primary key is used to uniquely identify each one of these records, and none of these are you're not going to ever have any duplicates, so this is safe to actually do this here. Includes next, and we're going to call this TBL for table. Remember, this is my in the naming convention that I used, and then it is aircraft type. Okay, just call it that, and then we'll choose finish. And we can save these import steps. I don't see having to use it again, so you can choose. If you're going to be importing data a lot, then you can save this. But I'm going to close that, and now let's go take a look at it. And there it is. And so we're actually going to use this at a later for a later video. Okay, so it's pretty much straightforward. And what I'm gonna do is I'll do the same thing for the type engine, the aircraft category code, the builder certification, and so on. Some of these, like for instance, if it's 2 there, it's just probably simpler for me just to create those. And when we create relationships, we're going to use these to basically show you how we actually build complex, queries and reports and forms off of that data. If this was beneficial to you, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you. Have a great day.